NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. We're ready to go. Off to the first hole. Warm-ups are done. First two rounds in the book. And Frank, this is where careers are made, on the weekends at these kinds of championships.
This is also what you hope for, too, in professional golf. You know you've got your good stuff. We've seen that through the first 2 days. Put yourself in a great position. Just 36 holes to go. You're looking at that first hole and what the weekend might unfold. That's the beauty of this game. I tell you, there's long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first, this one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. No problems early, looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Great strike and a great result. Setting up, good chance to attack the flag. In the fairway, it's lying nicely, and 180 yards left. Headed for the bunker? Now, a bit unfortunate. In the bunker, Frank.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what his bunker plays like.
In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Birdie try up next. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good effort. and good par putt. Really nice mix of holes to start here at TPC Scottsdale. The 2 4s and then the par 5. Now our first par 3. Just a little over 180 yards, Frank.
Plays a little downhill, longer than what it once was. The green is radically different. Used to be deep, now it's wide. And the bunkering, of course, is visually totally different from what it used to be.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. These putts keep the round together. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. It's now 1, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tee's added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Surely not.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Could really use this one. It's for birdie. And that's a birdie. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's been stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart? Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Trying to make yet another birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. a high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive, and that green starts to widen.
That will be a great look at birdie. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, the par 4 8th, this is a good hole.
It is. A dogleg to the left forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front. Unless there's a flag position in the front, you're really going to have to fly it at least 20 yards or so into that green. Otherwise, that ball is going to run towards the front.
Long and accurate. That's how you win in this game. 325 yards in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Count that for a birdie. Rounding out the front nine with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be two bunkers down the right side. There is now one, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep, too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Should be safely on deck.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. Not a problem from there, right in the middle. Setting up to start the back nine here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Birdie try again here today. On to the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Good scoring opportunity right here from 125 yards or so. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That is a solid par putt. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12th?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. You've got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. 11 feet away. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone. Now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side. They certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13. That's a ginormous tee shot.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. This is a good-looking shot. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snack, though.
Just has the feel today. Par 4 14, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would. Even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent, it's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Good strike. Good lie. Good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. In for birdie. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course. But this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Good looking shot right here. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. So close. Oh, man.
He just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. That's the idea. Just knock it in. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past. Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle. Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it also It showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just 5 feet left.
And a great start.
Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first, this one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good 72-hole score in the book, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You can have a flash of brilliance, make 5 or 6 birdies. It can be offset by doubles and quadruple bogeys. And in the end, it's the end. What did you do? The plus and the minuses. And that's why all our biggest championships have, and of recent, been stroke play.
See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. That drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. Now the third hole, it's a par 5, and how does this one set up, Frank?
It's a nice yardage around that 550, 560 yard mark. So a good drive, you can certainly reach the par 5 and 2. Got to flash it across a little bit of a desert there. This green has been completely changed in 2014, and the addition of 1 bunker to that right side. Used to be 2.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Wow, what a birdie. Frank, what kind of shot is required here at the par 3 fourth?
A little drop shot par 3 down the hill in today's standards because it's under 200 yards. Series of 3 tee boxes, so plenty to choose from there. The entry into the green is well protected now by the 2 bunkers, one in the centre and one on the right front of this green.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, this is a demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. It's now 1, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tees added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. Not his best, but not his worst. It just got away a little bit to the right.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Good read, good line, well played.
Par 4 sixth, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot. I'm loving that balance.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. I mean, the first rule when you're in a bunker, forever and a day, get it out.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. On to the par 3 7th, 215 yards from that back tee box, Frank.
This hole hasn't really changed. Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and further you go back there, the more receptive and that green starts to widen.
Good-looking shot right here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Might be. Could be. In the words of the legendary basketball announcer Marv Albert, from way downtown, yes! This is a good hole, Frank, the par 4 8th.
Yet another dogleg left, Rich, on the front side. And it's a sharper dogleg now because they've put in 2 bunkers down the left side. It used to be a bailout area for the players in the past. You can't do that anymore. And I doubt anybody can fly it over that left one. It's nearly 330 yards to carry that in the air. Those 2 bunkers have forced the players to go out to the right, making that second shot a little bit longer now.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Down, little Sheba, down! Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. .21-foot putt set to go. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Rich, I don't think that bogey's going to make any difference.
Here at the par 4 9th hole, Frank, what's the strategy off the tee?
Well, there's 1 bunker down the right side that you have to be very wary of. 325 yards to carry that, so it's very much in play, and just over 290 to reach it. Ideally, you have to go left about that down the left side. But really, this is a second shot hole because this green is not very deep. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Now his third, staring right at the green. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through.
About 99 yards to the hole. Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie try again here today. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Continues to putt beautifully. On to the par 4 11th hole. Frank, what's the best play here?
No bunkers really here to worry about, Rich, so you have to pick something in the distance as a good line. Something a little bit away from the water that protects the left side of this fairway. And it's adjacent to the 15th hole, the other par 5 coming home. So a good drive, perhaps with a little bit of cut off the tee. And that should shape up nicely for this long par 4.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the seagulls are walking to work.
Uh-oh. This one is out of here.
Don't forget to call home from there. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
His swing didn't quite look right on that one.
And he's made it onto the green now. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Just 5 feet left. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
Good swing, good shot yet again. safely aboard. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Pretty good effort right there. This would give him the par.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. I thought that was easily going to be a par.
Now I'll have to focus. Try to make bogey. Nudge this one home. Finish it up. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would, even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent. It's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
This is a good-looking shot. Doing whatever he wants with that golf ball. Moving it left, moving it right, hitting it straight when it's called for. He's doing it all. Locked in on the read and the speed. We'll go ahead and do that for birdie. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course. But this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green. Second shot.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
It's no snap, though.
do that? Well, here we are at the 16th hole, looking at just over 160 yards. Doesn't seem all that daunting, Frank. But 160 yards with 20,000 people, horned into a little stadium in the desert, that makes it a different story.
It certainly is. This was one hole, too, where Tom Watson would send his caddy forward. He would stay back by 15. His caddy would get his yardage. Watson would simply walk on the tee. His caddy would give him the club. He would not go through his normal routine. He would simply just head away. It was one hole that he never wanted to think about. It might look simple, but it's what the player feels.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
It's not all bad.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Solid play, heart of the green. Shouldn't be a problem here. And that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. So they'll tap in. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Yeah, can't afford another, though.
Now to the 17th, and Frank, fair to say this is one of the best short par 4s in all of golf?
It is. The drivable par 4 that's designed the way it's meant to be played is a winner. The ones that are just shortened to be made drivable, they don't work. This was designed to be a 17th hole, and it was designed to be drivable. You couldn't get a better place, and you couldn't get a better par 4.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Not quite enough on that one, couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good effort and good par putt. Well, again, the fairways are lined with those huge galleries coming off 16 and 17. Now the finishing hole here at TPC Scottsdale. And Frank, what can we expect?
Well, this is a goodie. It'll play slightly as a dogleg left. Now, many a year, a player would try and carry the ball all the way over that water down the left side. But those new bunkers down there, it stopped the J.B. Holmes attack on this par 4. You're really going to have to play a little right of those now. And there's a couple of bunkers up on the hill to stop you doing that. So this is really a much tougher tee shot. 440 yards of par 4 just got a little bit more difficult.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That would be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books, and look who finished on top of the leaderboard.
Rich, this has to go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Well, this golf course goes back a long ways, to 1878, in fact. We're at Royal Troon Golf Club in Scotland. Rich Schroeder alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities out here?
Well, normally when the Open Championships played, the breeze comes out of the sort of northwest, which means those first few holes are played down breeze and then the closing stretch is played into the breeze. So really you sort of make your hay on the way out and then you hang on for dear life on the way in. That doesn't really change because you have some rather short par fours to start.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here in the first hole. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
A birdie to send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Frank, another great example of links golf. It's not a particularly long hole, but there is trouble if you hit it offline.
Yeah, there's a bunker down there at about 280 yards that has to be avoided. Only the long hitters or perhaps the wind behind your back is the reason to take that bunker on.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
He'd settle for par here. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. -1 in the early going. Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's 2 bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that's just going to leave you a short iron in. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Always tough to get a decent flight out of the rough. And you could see that ball was never soaring out of that light.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
And setting up here in the rough. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Getting set now over the putt.
Oh, good roll. Good putt.
It's a dogleg right, par 5, the 4th hole. Can you cut the corner here, Frank?
Well, you don't have to. There is a bunker down the right side that's going to take at least 280 yards to get past that. You can also cut it around there and sort of follow the shape of the hole.
Well, that one is deep. Every bit of that ball. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
This is an awkward length.
Don't leave it short. Wow. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
Now to the par 3 fifth. Frank, what are you trying to do here?
Really, anything on this green is going to give you a birdie putt. So allow for the bounce and roll. Just avoid those 3 bunkers on the left and that short one right.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Moving on to hole number 6 here at Royal Troon. Frank, what are the golfers facing at this long par 5?
Well, you've got to attack this hole in chunks, Rich. Just allow the mounding on the right to kick the ball forward, then try and position that second shot. Keep well away from that pot bunker that's a little bit short, about 30 yards right and short of this green. That is the one that causes the problem. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
playing his second shot here at the par 5. Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is going.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. A couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you got to go. That's in between them.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
And this is where Gene Sarazen, the squire at the age of 71, in his farewell appearance at the Open, that was back in 1973, made an ace. How about that?
Amazing.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. Good birdie right there, moving to 3rd place on the leaderboard. Frank, the 9th hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You're looking to make birdie here, or you happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the 9th is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. About 80 yards left, Frank. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle. Now, that's a good par there, Rich.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Settles in over the putt. Now in second after that par.
Only one more player to overtake now.
Frank, what happened to Jack Nicklaus here at the 11th hole back in 1962?
Yeah, that was his rookie year. He was actually looking at making 2 majors in a row. He just won the US Open. Came to the 10th hole, and, well, he made one more than 10. 11 to be precise. So you never know. If you make a 5 or a 6, that's not so bad when you consider what happened to Jack Nicklaus all the way back in 1962.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there. About 315 yards. This is position A, right in the fairway, and 180 yards to go. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
So close. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a little tap in here. No problem at all. Good putt and stays at 4 under par. Frank, how do you size up the 12th hole here at Royal Troon?
Well, first look at 430 yards, you'd think it'd be a rather easy par 4. But that's not really the issue. The issue is gorse right and left.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And getting ready for the putt. He'll take par and move on. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right. Ideally hit it down the left side. And then you're playing to a raised 2-tiered green.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That will be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Frank, you can feel the momentum shifting.
You can. It might look tight at the top at the moment, but you definitely get the impression we're going to see a change in the lead very soon.
Beautiful birdie right there. That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past that. If you find the fairway here, then you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the trouble just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now the lone par 5 on the back nine, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer.
Wow, he moved that a long way right in the fairway. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Here's a putt for eagle. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Clean this up with a tap. I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Second shot, good look at the green.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close, and just a great shot.
Frank, you've played in and contended at so many major championships. It's not a major if the finishing hole doesn't present a real challenge. What do you think of Royal Troon's finishing hole?
Well, it's not just the 18th hole, Rich, too. It's 16, 17, and 18, because the prevailing breeze, especially at the Open Championship time of the year, which is the second week in July, is normally back into it. So you look at that 464 yards, that's well bunkered off the tee, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, into a puffer breeze, and you've got yourself a great finishing hole.
Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of this green, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
Yeah, OB is just steps from the clubhouse. Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
for a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. So a tester from 4 feet. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. And now we go down to the action at the first.
On the first tee, our featured golfer, Frank, has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. There was a very, very good performance, and we're going to soon find out, see what these opening swings are like. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there.
Chance for back-to-back.
Not a real hard game, is it? Birdie to open. Frank, looking at the third, what are the sort of key decisions that you have to make?
There's 2 bunkers down the left. They're not really the issue. They're the burn. That's about 285 yards. This is not a hole, really. You just take the driver out and swing away. Just something that stays up short of that. It's just going to leave you a short iron in.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That is a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
He said he's going to be disappointed.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Hole number 4, Frank, can you cut the corner on the tee shot on this dog leg right par 5?
Well, Rich, you have to guarantee you can carry the ball at least 280 yards. That bunker that protects that side is the big problem if you go down the right. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, he could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And Rich, we just sit back and relax here. I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.